Yeah, I'll be in Wigan. Two seconds, guys. Alright, no idea where that's gone, so just do the cone like this tonight. Yeah, come say hi next time you sit, well, when I'm there. Good, thanks mate, how are you? Barry, thanks so much for the gift, mate. Very much appreciated. Sorry I wasn't on screen to get it to catch on my head. How's everyone doing? How long have I been playing pool? About 35 years now, roughly, 34 years. Yeah, in the UK. Benji, thanks so much for the heart, mate. Much appreciated. Live on TikTok and YouTube. Do I remember you? Do I remember you? Were you on a recent live stream? I probably do. Which cue am I using now? I've got my brand new cue. First time using it on a live stream. My brand new cue from Go Custom. The link to it is in my bio. I'll give you guys a close up of it later if you remind me. Just going to try and pot some balls for now. Good start. This will be a practice frame, then I'll start counting. Northern Ireland. Vaguely remember that, mate, yeah. Been watching some of the vlogs. Nice, Connor. Appreciate that, mate. There are more vlogs being edited as we speak, and there's vlogs from the UK Open 9-ball championships coming up, the Ultimate Pool Series 2 and 3 coming up, the match against 𝐶𝐨𝐧'𝐭, that will be posted soon. Vlogs from the trip to Cyprus, Turkey, Greece, and Albania will be out as well. So yeah, plenty to look forward to. Let's try and go for a 2-in-1 here. Still gives me the option to go for either colour. Only reason why I'm leaning towards yellows is because the black only goes in that corner. I just don't love that yellow, that red. You can go for either here. It's just whatever your personal preference is. We're going to look to go reds, I think, actually. So the ideal finish here would be this one. I know it's the practice frame and I shouldn't really be talking through my finish yet, but it's this one, back to here, play that one second, top spin through to there. Leave myself a choice of these two, but probably play this one next. And if I can screw back from that one to there, that would be ideal because I can play this one. But if I can't, say I land there, I'll play that one with the aim of getting on that red and then getting on that. But yeah, it's harder than it's it's not going to be easy, put it that way. I think actually what I can, to make it easier, I can try and land over here to leave a straight shot on this red, so that then I can screw back to here to leave a shot on this red to get me there for the black. If I don't come out to here off this red and I leave the cue ball where it is now, the angle on that red is taking me to here, which is no good on this red to get to the black. So I need to be here on this red to get on the black. It wasn't a great pattern from the off, but yeah. See if we can recover it. It's flat. Right, let's see if I can just make that finish. Would have made it if I'd potted that ball. Just going to pot the yellows again, just kind of still warming up. I haven't used this cue on this table yet, first time. So just getting used to things. Where in England? Southampton specifically, in the UK. That was a weird shot. Even weirder. Cue ball in there as well, hopefully. Right, let's go. Do I support Southampton? No, not really. I live about a 15-minute walk from the stadium, but I'm not from here originally. I went to uni here and moved down here, basically, after, like, 5 years after leaving here from uni. You watched United game? Yeah, I did. That's the reason why this live stream's so late. Because I figured no one would be watching this. Everyone will be watching the United game, and I was watching it as well. So, what cloth are you using? This is 𝐟𝐶𝐭 Superfine, but I'm probably gonna. Well, I've only had it for about a month, even less than that. But in the future, I'm probably not gonna have 𝐟𝐶𝐭 Superfine again. But we'll see. Still practicing 9-ball, not as much as I'd like to, but I am planning on doing more of it. Right now, I'm kind of in. Oh Christ! I've got to go yellows because of that red. I'm in tournaments and like matches playing English 8-ball, so I'm not playing as much 9-ball as I would like, but I will be getting back into it soon. All right, so we're going yellows. The key is breaking out this problem here. How I will do that is, ideally with this ball would make sense. If I leave the cue ball there at some point, I can play that ball, hope to miss that yellow. If I flick that yellow, it could be a problem, but I could probably break that out in a later date. I don't want to leave that. Like, you could pop that and leave the cue ball there and play that in that corner off the red, but do I want to do that? I mean, that is a very big pocket, and in fact that might even be the easier thing to do. Yeah, that's the smart thing to do. But then what do you do from this yellow? These two and this one? Right, sorry guys, just give me 2 seconds. First ball, this one. Second ball, that one. Third ball, that one. Hope to leave an angle like this for the fourth ball, which is that yellow off those two reds, off that red down there. I'll top spin through and hope to leave the cue ball here, and I'll figure out a finish between these three. So again, I want to top spin to about there. Maybe even further would be good. Okay. And now the finish. Could have done with being a little bit straighter on that yellow. But the finish is going to be this yellow to a corner, bounce off this cushion to land here. I'll have a choice of both, and I'll choose when I look at the angle on both. That one's first, this one's second, that one's third. So, yeah, black's third. So, from there, score up to here, play the yellow in the middle, land there, black goes in that corner. Just need to nudge into the red. Cool. You say American bar tables are easier than this? Yes. American 8-ball is much easier than English 8-ball, I find, but American 9-ball is harder than English 8-ball. Been watching the World Champs? I haven't actually. I've been very busy this last few days, and it's going to be a very busy couple of weeks for me, so I don't know if I'm going to catch any of it. If you go to the Hanoi Open, I don't think so, no. Basically, the next trip that's planned is going to the US, so look out for that, because I'll vlog the entire thing. It's going to be hopefully an 8-week trip, but I am still looking for a sponsor for it, so yeah, if I get a sponsor then I'll be going. So right, size of the table. The table is 7 foot by 4 foot, full size English 8-ball table. I need to put the score up, 1-0. Who has the best cue ball control? Tom Cousins, probably. But at the highest level, top 5 pros, there's not really much in between. There's not really much between them. All right, you are at the table. What colour would you go here, reds or yellows? Write in the chat. Is your name Simon? Yes. Awesome, can't wait. I will. The plan is to go to Texas. That's really the the plan is to go New York, Florida, Tennessee, Texas, Las Vegas, LA, and San Francisco. That will be the plan. All right. So why you wouldn't go yellows in this situation is that yellow right there doesn't go anywhere. Also, this yellow is just terrible, right? Yes, these 4 yellows are good and they're easy. I mean, this one isn't great. Might go past that red, but it's irrelevant. This one's easy, that's easy, but those 2 don't have pockets. This one at least can be doubled into there. This one goes in the corner. This one, once you've potted that ball, it has a pocket to go into. Really, this is my worst red, I think, but I'll probably look to get rid of that early. I think a lot of people would play this one now. It's going to be, this is not an easy finish, like by any means, but if you get the first 3 shots right, it should be fairly straightforward. So the order that I'm seeing in my head, I think a few people might play this one first and try and get this ball out of the way for that one to have a pocket, or vice versa, or whatever. I think though, this is going to be your first ball, and try and get to here. That's my second ball, because I count these 2 as quite difficult balls. Get rid of those 2, then land here, and this is the key shot which will dictate whether I get a finish. If I then play that shot, I have to land perfect on that red. If I do, then it should be fairly straightforward between there, a double, and then getting on the black or something like that. So that's the order. Let's go. Stop. So again, trying to land there would be ideal. Keep going. It's not terrible. It's not perfect, but it's not terrible. In fact, what I can do is, it's all right. I can play this red, try and pop that yellow at the same time, leave the cue ball where the yellow is, play that red down the rail, leave my cue ball there for that red, and then just top spin through there for that red. Worst case scenario, if I don't land on this, if I somehow miss this yellow or do something where I'm not on that, I'll at least be on this ball. I was too focused on trying to hit the yellow. What I should have done, and I'm looking at the yellow as I'm playing the red, which is bad. What I should have done is missed it again, but I should have played to hit the yellow from off the cushion and not played directly into the yellow. I think that was an easier way of playing it. But anyway, that's why you focus on the pot first and the position second. Is that a carbon fibre cue? It is indeed my brand new cue from Go Customs. I have a link to it in my bio, where if you order a custom carbon cue from them, English cue, basically that cue, but you can give your own specifications for it, then you get a 10% discount using my code, which is attacking 8 ball. Right, 1 and 1. 2 breaks, 1 clearance. Let's go again. Why don't you use your glove? Because it's not as hot tonight. I'm really only using the glove if my hand gets mega sweaty. I didn't used to use a glove, so. Do you prefer the carbon fibre over the wooden cue? Yes, because, well, I didn't before, but I played with this cue. I played with a friend who's got this exact cue, and within 10 minutes I was sold on it, because it was playing a lot better than my cue. Alright, what are we doing here? Reds or yellows? In fact, I mean, you can only really go yellows. The hard thing about yellows is there's no easy first shot. You can go for this one down here. You can cut that yellow in, but the cue ball's flying over to where the black is, which isn't ideal. That might be the shot though. I think you've got to try and play that, because that's missable. Don't really have any other yellow. Could maybe do that, but again, you're going into the way the black is. With the reds, yes, you've got this ball, but this ball doesn't really go anywhere. That ball doesn't go in there. So you're going for yellows. It's whether I go for this one, which is very makeable, but it's missable, or this one, which is much less missable, but the cue ball is flying and could do something weird. So I'm going to try and play the slightly harder yellow here, and see what I can do from there. Although, if I... Let's go for the harder yellow. Okay. One good shot. Stop. Okay. So I leave myself options here. Ideally I'm on the plant in 2 shots time, that'd be ideal. But the finish is going to be this one to there, this one second, get myself to there. If I overrun that, it's not the end of the world. If I underhit it, I should be on this one at least. But ideally I'll land perfectly straight on that to play the plant, then play this ball next, which will get me here. Either if I land slightly off straight like that, I'll play for this yellow into the same pocket. If I land straight on that yellow, then I'm playing that yellow in that pocket, and then it should just be a case of leaving the cue ball where the yellow is, playing the black in that corner. So again, that's where I want to land. Playing this with a bit of bottom left. So did slightly underhit it, but like I said before, I am on this red yellow, so it's not the end of the world. Am I going to play that yellow? No, I'm still going to play the plant because the natural angle of the plant is taking me to here, which means I'm not hitting that yellow, and I should be leaving myself a shot on this yellow or one of these two. Just got to make sure of the plant. Could have done without hitting the black. Didn't think I was going into that direction. So with the cloth being 𝐟𝐸𝐵𝐾 super fine, I should be able to get enough grip on this to be able to kind of banana the cue ball into the red. So that's what I'm aiming to do with this shot. Again, if I come out funny, then I should land on either one of these two balls. But my aim from this is to hit the red full ball, leave that next, leave that, and leave that. Got there in the end. Oh, we haven't got the scoreboard on over here for some reason. Oh yeah, that scoreboard's been a bit duff recently. She's getting old and overused. No glove with the carbon. Fine, smooth. If my hand isn't sweaty, I'd rather use my hand. I would rather not have a glove. But where it's been hot recently, that's why a lot of my videos I've been wearing a glove. Will I make a full transition to a glove one day? Maybe. But we'll see. For now, it's warm in here and it's getting warmer, so I might put it on, but for now I'm good. Alright, so 2-1. That scoreboard. Sorry guys on YouTube. The scoreboard's having a bit of a mare at the minute. It has been like this for the past couple of weeks, unfortunately. Worked the other day, it just stayed on, but it keeps switching off even though it's plugged in. Anyway. Bit lucky there. A little bit fortunate. Let's keep the cue ball up. Alright, so tricky finish. First look, I don't think you can go reds because of these two reds next to each other. Don't really go anywhere. That doesn't go anywhere. So you've really only got one red that you can pop right now. With yellows, I've at least got that to maybe move these two or figure out how to get those two, but I have more problem reds than I do yellows. The black is also an issue for the yellows. Either way, this is both colours, it's a difficult finish. I've just seen that yellow goes into that corner, which is ideal, but the problem with that yellow goes up there, yes. You'd ideally land on that yellow for the middle, but it doesn't go in that middle because that yellow's in the way of that. So just got to figure out what to do in terms of the order of those two. So thinking, yeah, a little bit ahead here, and I've just seen the black might go in there, but it's doubtful. All right, so I'm going to think kind of a little bit ahead here. Play that to move that. So if I can push that yellow to there, it frees up the middle pocket for that yellow later. It's going to mean a difficult shot from there because I'm probably not going to get the cue ball into position for this, but I'll have a shot on that one. So if I play that, move that yellow to there. Ideally, I should play that one next, but I'm probably not going to be on it. If I've got a shot on that one, I'll play that, followed by that. Get here, play this, play that. That middle pocket will be open, and then maybe screw back here for a double on the black, or something like that. Very loose plan at the minute. God, I might not even be hitting this yellow for. I don't think I am hitting this yellow, you know. I was too focused on hitting the yellow. I was like, after all that, I was like, I'm not going to hit this yellow, so there's no point in me even playing this shot. But anyway, the thought was there. Say I moved that yellow and potted that yellow, right? And ideally, pot that. Well, I was just too much overthinking there. Pot that. And then you can see how the puzzle was kind of working itself out. Pop that, that would have gone in, 100% that was in. See, it went in. And then screw back, 4. That was the plan, but I messed up the first shot. See me down, 𝐬𝐭∗ enjoyed our frame. Nice one, Ryan, I appreciate that, mate. Yeah, the episodes from that week, there was 4 episodes filmed that week. There's going to be a backlog of, obviously, I think I mentioned it on the day, there's a backlog of episodes currently going out, but the vlog will hopefully be out soon. There's just lots of vlogs being done as we speak. So, how much is the carbon fibre Q? You get a 10% discount on it, but it works out to be around about £750, something like that. So it's not cheap, but it's worth it in my opinion. So, right, where have I put that piece of plastic? Come on. It's on the floor. Of course it's on the floor. Alright, so it's 2 and 2. Had 4 breaks. What are the benefits of the carbon fibre Q? So the 2 main benefits, I find you don't get any deflection with that because it's rock solid. Takes a little bit of getting used to it. It took me about 10 minutes to get used to it, right? But the main 2 things I find, I get more reaction out of the cue ball. I'm able to spin the cue ball easily with it compared to wood. And also, where it's black on white, the contrast of colour between the cue and the cue ball, it means I'm able to see the line of the shot more efficiently, I think. Like, that's the way I'm describing it. Like, I can see the line of the shot more easily because of the contrast of colours, if that makes sense. But the main one is basically the reaction I get out of the cue ball. Again, not an easy finish again. Why don't they use it? I mean, who is it? McGill, Stuart McGill, was it? Is that his name? He did for a while. I think it's just traditionally not what you'd use. It's kind of like, it's with other sports. Like, try and think of another sport where they changed the technology and it took people ages to come around to it because it was like embedded in tradition, you know. I can't think of it off the top of my head what other sports basically don't change. Right, well, this is a bit of a nightmare. Both very difficult. We've got to try and figure out something with yellows. So, Anthony McGill, why couldn't I think of his first name? Right, well, that is pretty handy, but I'm still not going to go reds, even though I potted 1 of each. I think the key here, that yellow goes past that yellow, which is ideal. The key is to, when do you play that double? I'm not worried too much about this double, although I'm playing it second. might try and go from... In 2 shots time, I hope to have the cue ball here to play that ball and run into that red and move it. If I do that, it should open things up. Wow, what a quit on that. Jesus. That's a bad shot. The double doesn't go now, so I've got to play this 1 shot early. Got to come back for this ball. Trying to move that red ideally. Again, not ideal, but still have a shot somehow. I mean, it's not an out, but can't really play this with any topspin because it will end up being a push shot. So I've got to try and leave the cue ball where the yellow is ideally and play a cross double on that yellow. Annoying that doesn't go, but cross double on this yellow. Hope till it's so thin that I'm able to pot it in there, and then fingers crossed I'm leaving myself any shot. Oh, how has that not dropped? Annoying. All right. So, the piece of plastic helps me avoid cloth burn. What's the biggest you could give in terms of delivering the cue straight? Yeah, don't listen to me about delivering a cue straight. I don't deliver the cue straight, as most of you might have seen from my head camera videos. No, I think straight cueing. Right, it's all down to practice, really. For a start, but the fundamentals are basically get your lead foot in line with your back elbows. So in this case, my right foot is on the line of the shot. If it's on the line, if my right foot is on the line of the shot, then my right elbow is going to be on the line of the shot, and therefore you should be cueing straight. So that's very much like a loose description, by the way. All right. Well, where is the piece of plastic that someone just said? Why do you use a piece of plastic? Lost it again. Blimey. Right, well I'm going to have to put a piece of cloth down. Why wouldn't I use Superfine anymore? I fancy a change. Let's put it that way. I just fancy a change. Okay, right, better break. Alright, so it's 2 and 3, I think. It might even be 2 and 4, I don't actually know. That's a remote. What am I doing? I'm all over the place. Find a bloody remote for the thing. My head's gone. Where is... I just keep losing stuff, and it's all within the space of 1 metre of me. I don't know where it is. But anyway, write down in the chat what you would do here, reds or yellows. What would you go? Whilst I look for these things. Right, I found the piece of plastic. Ideal. And I've found the remote. Boom. Let's go. 2 and 3. Where can I get that cue from? Check out the link in my bio. Thoughts on Grimsby United? I mean, deserved it, didn't they, really? Grimsby. Alright, so look at the worst thing about each colour. That's all I'd say. What is the worst thing about reds? And what is the worst thing about yellows? Anyone? Alright, so the worst thing about yellows is probably the first ball. It's not, I mean, it should be easy, but that is somewhat missable into there. You can't really play any other yellows. So that's the hardest thing about yellows. The rest should be fairly straightforward. The worst thing about reds is the black. This red, yes, it's a little bit stranded from the other reds, and it's close to a cushion, but it's not terrible. The black, you could potentially leave this ball last and try and land there, but that's just, it requires you to get the cue ball into a small space, whereas yellows, you should be fine as long as you make the first ball. So we're going yellows here. We'll make this first shot, hopefully. If I miss that, I'm going to be annoyed. But we'll make that first shot, hopefully. And then I think, based on, I can't really do anything with the cue ball from this position, so my goal will be to be on this yellow. From there, very loose plan. I know that one of these two is going to be my last ball, and the black is probably going to go in that corner. So working kind of forwards and backwards. Forwards being pop that, go for that second. Backwards being one of these two last, the black goes in there. I can figure out that my pattern is going to be 1, 2, probably 3, 4, 5. Thread the needle through the gap and leave myself a choice of this one and this one. So probably play this one 6th, but that one could be 6th. Then play this one 7th, and then come into this position to play the black in the corner. So it's all about the first shot. Again, if I miss this, then the pattern is pointless. Fucking idiot. All right. Just want to pop some balls. Told you it wasn't easy. We'll do the rest of it anyway. Waste of breath. You can see, that's why sometimes it's not about which ball is the easier pattern. It's sometimes which ball actually has a ball that is easy to pop. And that ball, it was pottable, sure, but it was missable as well. Whereas the red wasn't really missable, so yeah. You could play right middle yellow first. I can't remember where it was. Oh, I don't know. I don't know how thin that was. When you're planning on clearance, can you say what part of the cue ball you're hitting? I can try. The thing is, as some of you will know, I talk quite a bit when I'm planning my finishes, because if I don't talk, it's boring for both of us. You don't want to see me just pop balls, and I don't just want to pop balls. But equally, if I talk loads, it means that I lose focus on what I'm actually doing. So I can try and talk about spin, but it generally end up messing it up if I do. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how we get on. Okay. Right. Answers on a postcard for this one. Both very difficult. Probably wouldn't go for a finish in a match, but I'm not in a match. I have to go for a finish right now. Going reds. My first red's this red. With the aim to land here, I'm going to come back for that red. Land there, play that red second and free up that red, hoping to leave that red. The problem with this ball is it's going to, when I go from this ball into that ball, that yellow is going to travel down, and I don't want it to go near this red. I literally want it to go to here. If it goes even there, it could become a problem. So the key with this shot is to play that very gently to pot, to break out that red. So you can see it's not terrible, but it's gone in front of this red, which I didn't really want at all, because I wanted the cue ball at some point to be where this yellow was, to play that, to move that red. So at least I have a shot on it, that's all I'll say. In fact, that red goes in that corner, so it's not terrible. The bad thing about this clearance now, or the difficult thing, is this red. So, I think I've got to try and land on it from this ball. Got to try and land on it from this ball. So, play that. Hope to land here from this ball. Play that with topspin. Hope to land here. If I land there, I should be able to get into a position where I'm on either one of this one or this one. I need to be anywhere near the chalk, within about a 2-inch radius. This is top right, by the way, not top. Don't hit the shore, for fuck's sakes. That's annoying. Alright, it's pretty much impossible for me to clear this now, but no, that doesn't go off the red. That goes into the jaw if I play it, but how unlucky is that? Even if I get to there, it's still on it. I mean, I'm going to try and go into this red, but I can tell you now, this red will not go in that pocket off this red. It will hit this jaw and miss. But I'm trying to somehow get it to go in that pocket. Wow, how's that done that? I didn't think that was physically possible. Anyway, we carry on. Again, I've still got the problem with this bastard. And then I've got to somehow get on the black. Yeah. No, okay, it's not terrible, I don't think. Does that go? That's very handy that that goes. Right. I need to be there for that red. And the black goes in that corner. Right, so pot this red, end up there. Pot that red, end up there. Pot the black. This is the missable shot though. Told you, fucking twat after breaking it out like that. Jeez. Would have been on it. Would have got on it as well. Why did you go for carbon fibre? What benefits? I find I'm able to just, well, get more reaction out of a cue ball for a start. I prefer the feel of it. What else? I like the contrast of colour, so I can see the line of the shot better with black on white than I can with wood on white. But it's mainly how it feels when I play a shot. Like, yes, it's rock solid. It feels very strange compared to playing with a wooden cue. But yeah, I don't know. I just prefer it. Yeah, I definitely prefer it to the wooden one. I wouldn't change. I've been using my wooden cue for 22 years. And I'm only making the change because I think my game is getting better. And even if my game isn't getting better, if I think it is, then that's all that matters. Because if I think it will get better, then it likely will. Pool is more about positive thoughts than it is about ability, even though it helps to have a little bit of ability. Alright, again, what would you do here? Reds or yellows? Write it in the chat. This one is not as easy as it looks for a start. I'll give you a bit of info. That red does not go in that corner pocket. That red doesn't go past that yellow. Does that mean you don't go reds? No. Right. So let's assess. Yes, that isn't great, but you could land in this position from either one of these three balls, probably this one, to get into this position to play that. So it's not the end of the world. With yellows, this ball is probably the worst ball on the table because it doesn't go in that corner, it doesn't go in this middle. So that's going to be difficult. This yellow also, it might go in there, but it's tough. And the reds kind of dominate the middle of the table. So reds are the best ball here, despite having that ball there. The real issue with reds is what is your first ball? Because this looks like the obvious first ball, but you kind of want to use that ball to get onto this ball, and you can't do that first shot. So at what point do you do that? So probably going to get onto it from there. So we're going to go this ball. I need my angle on this ball to be good. That ball to there, perfect on this ball to cheat the pocket and get to there. This is the angle I want on this red to get me into position for this red. And then all I need to do is get into the middle of the table. I'll have a choice, but I'll probably go this red, screw back to here, play that red, left-hand side, play the black in the middle. It all depends on how I am from that ball. If I overrun this, I'm going to go for that ball next and then use that. But we'll see. It's just not great. It's just not perfect. I just want it to be there or there. Hang on, just got to give this a little bit of thought because it's still makeable. It's just getting the cue ball back 1 inch over and I'm fine. Okay, there's no real easy way. Need to be in a position like this on one of these two to get down to there. Okay, so I'm going to have to change the entire pattern. Play that, hope to get to there. Play that, which gets me there. And then play that with a bit of topspin to get me there for that. Again, if I'm out of position, I'll probably be playing that ball next. I'm underhitting everything. Underhitting every single ball here today. God, this is absolute slog. It's because I'm talking too much, I know, but it is what it is. Okay. So again, recovery. Play that to there maybe. Pop that. Get to there. I think that's the plan. Bit of right hand side. I mean, I'm on this one, which will get me to there, but I wanted to have that one. Not the end of the world though. Again, hit top spin, run down table, get me there. Again, just underhit it, needed to be here. This is not easy. Do I aim for the yellow to try and hold for the red? Either way, that red's got to go in there. I don't think I can hold for it to hit. Maybe I can. Yeah, I definitely can. But it would help if I played that fucking red. Jesus. Doing my head in. Do I get the glove out? Do I get the glove out? Out of position every single shot. Crazy. Right. So what doesn't help is playing on 5 different tables in 2 weeks. I know it's a poor excuse, but trying to relearn cloths is not the easiest thing to do. Oh, fuck off. Alright, 2 and 6. Alright, we're going to get a clearance here now. We're going to get a clearance. Come on. Come on, reds or yellows. Give me an easy first red, would you? I don't mind yellows, but I don't like that yellow, so we've got to go reds here. Make this red. Get around these yellows, probably go into one of these two, but just leave myself out of them. Okay, so one, two. Okay, so one leaves me there for two. I'll either be in this position for this red to that corner, or this position, probably this position for that red. Then get from here to there, play that red, float through the gap to leave that red, and then either leave the cue ball here for the black, or screw over to here for the black. But that's my last shot. Big old kick there, jeez. Alright, so we're just going to try, I'm dead straight on this red, so I can't get to this position for this. So instead, basically just make that my last ball now. So I'm going to go that one, for that one, which will get me in position for that one, and then the black. To be fair, that's probably a better pattern anyway, so. Right, I'm getting the glove on. Hand's starting to stick to the cue a little bit, so it's glove time. Again, it's pretty warm in here. Unfortunately, it is August in this country, and it's not exactly cold, so it's glove time. See if we can make a clearance. Saw my video with Joe Rogan. I don't know what you mean. See you later, I'm Ryan. Appreciate that, mate. See you soon. Of the day. Terrible. Let's just see if I can do something without talking for now. Come back for the black, try and get it in there later. 5 didn't actually start that bad. Started by having 2 and 1. And now we've gone a lot of finishes without making a clearance. Terrible. I think that's 2 and 8. Yeah. I'll get 3 in a row in a minute. Cheers, Ryan. Appreciate that, mate. I'm calling it now. 3 dishes back to back. How's the cue? I mean, it's going great. This is the first time I've played on this table with it. But it's the first time I've played on this table in a while. So, appreciate the gifts, Benji, on TikTok. How long have you been playing for? About 35 years on and off. 34 years to be precise. Right. Just get a ball. And just give me a ball to go for. I'll go for a difficult yellow down the rail. How much does the cue cost? Roughly, depending on conversion, roughly £700 to £750 with the discount that I get. It's a custom made cue, so. Right. Let's not talk through a pattern, let's just clear up the table. Play up now. I mean, it's not really. It's going to last me my entire life because it's carbon fibre. And no, it's two-piece carbon fibre cue, custom-made carbon fibre cue. You can get a John Paris for 1,500, so double the price. I mean, it's the same with anything really. If with sport anyway, especially. If it makes you play better, you feel like you're playing better, can you put a price on it? Like, it could be, my cue that I had before was £180, and I played with it for 22 years. But I find I play better with this cue, so I'm upgrading. Like that, this cue could cost 1,500, and I would probably buy it. But yeah, I think if anyone's dead serious about the game, then they'd probably invest in it. Yuck. Yeah, that's fair, mate. I mean, it's the same as like someone spending £300 on a pair of trainers. I would never do that. But loads of people do it, so each their own, really. just flick the black there. Terrible. Should not have been flicking into the black there. So the reasons why I got this cue, so people asking why, one of the main reasons, because it's a half length cue, and my old wooden cue, which I'll show you as well, so this is my old wooden cue, and it is a 3/4 length cue. That cue I can fit in a suitcase, whereas that cue is way too long to fit in a suitcase. So I can take that cue on flights and not pay excess baggage, whereas for me to take this on a flight is normally about 50 to 70 pounds for a separate bag, and that's one flight. That's 50 to 70 pounds per flight, whereas that can actually fit in my rucksack, which means I don't have to pay extra. So something to think about. And you won't really ever find a decent half-length wooden English pool cue. Normally they're the ones that you find in Sports Direct. So it means I can travel and play pool in different countries, which is fun. It's a sign to say, yeah, tell me about it. No, I am going to get 5 clearances. Do you like the feel of the new cue? Yes. It's the reason why I've got it, personally. For me, cues are mainly about feel. The weight is perfect. I mean, I got the weight. Everything about the cue is basically designed on that cue. So the weight, the what else? The joint type. Right, well, I'm getting a clearance right now. I'll come back to that. I just got to make this clearance real quick. What would you guys do actually? Right, reds or yellows? Nice one, Brooklyn. Yeah, it was a good night in Jesters. Very loud. But no, it was good fun. Can you get more sticky than the carbon? I find my wooden cue does, and a lot of wooden cues do, because they use a varnish like lacquer finish, which I hate. So I tend to get like a wooden cue sanded down. Whereas this, it can, but this one particularly is quite smooth, so it's not that bad. But it is tonight, so I've put my glove on just to prevent that. And it's very close in feel to my American playing cue. So when I switch between the games, I don't find it as difficult. So, what colour are we going? With reds, I just don't like this red. This is a bad red. Yes, you could land on it by coming out to here, but you've got to try and find position. Whereas with yellows, you've got a natural 3-ball pattern between these three. The hardest thing about yellows is look. I mean, I don't hate playing that yellow into the middle, but you might have to do that. All right, let's see if I can finally make a finish and call every shot. So, shot 1, this yellow into there. Shot 2. Shot 3. Shot 4. This could change, but I'm going to try and go to there. Shot 5. Shot 6. Now this looks like a weird pattern, but it's all based on the angle that I'm going to be able to get on that yellow to get on this yellow. But that one, ideally to there. That one, to there. That one, and then get to there for that in the middle and finish with that on the black. Again, that's a very strange pattern, but it's based on that to that. That's the reason why I'm doing that. Couldn't get enough into that, so I've got to play a plant now. The pattern changes. Swing around, land there, hopefully. Top right. Big old bounce, not there. Oh dear me. I need to dig from that. I need to try and get into that red. Wow. How am I leaving that shot? Don't like the cut, do I? Might just have to play onto the black. No, I've got to try and get into this red. I don't think it's not physically possible. What am I even thinking? Oh, we'll go double. Fuck it. No, is that silly? Double, but screw back for this yellow. Don't be a bell end. Don't be an absolute bell end all your life. Oh, fuck's sake, just hold that short. That's really irritating. Go in. Didn't think I was going to be running that high up the table off of that shot. Jeez. Nice one, Moiz, or Moiz. Not sure how you pronounce your name, but I appreciate it. Joint at 3/4. Not all wooden cues do. Most decent ones. Are one piece, I would say. Right, what are we doing now then? I think I saw Mark in the chat. Good to see you, mate. You're right, I probably should have gone reds there. They're definitely going yellows here. It's this ball you want to try and figure out. Try and get rid of this ball because I want to free up that pocket, middle pocket, that ball. Right, obviously this is a problem. You could try and land on it to here, but it's, the way I'm playing, it's not going to happen really. So something either has to be moved, or we need to figure something out. So I'm going to try and do, if I can play this one and land here, then I can play that and nudge that red away to leave the yellow. Stop. Right, does it go up there? It does. Should have seen that. I don't really have to do anything with a cue ball. Now I've got to throw it forwards. I do change my cue. I have 2 cues. That's the one I break with. They just look very similar. But that's the SV1 Ghost Edition by Q-Tech. This is what I use to play 9-ball. I've got an 11.8mm shaft for it, and this is a 10.5mm shaft on it currently. I find I get a better split with it. Again, whether that's psychological or it's actually down to the carbon fibre, who knows? But I find I get a better split on the break, which is nice. Yeah, and it's the same thing, it's half length cue. It's got a slightly different joint, but it's half length, so it fits in my travel case. Break and dish this time, hopefully, mate. In fact, considering Mark's here, and I didn't get the speed clearance the other day at Lola's pool party, which some of you will, well, most of you will probably watch the vlog on it once it's been edited and posted. I'm going to try and get a clearance, a full table clearance in under a minute. And Mark can see it actually can be done by me. All right, let's go. Someone got this stopwatch out. Not this one. We'll get the next one. We'll get the next one. Someone get their timer out, just to be able to witness this. I need about 3 balls on the break. That's not good. Let's go again and build up a sweat. Mark, I appreciate the gift there, but mate, much appreciated. How different are the carbon cues? Very, very different. I find anyway. That cue plays very different to my cue that I have for 22 years. That's why I made the switch. Otherwise I wouldn't have switched, because I didn't dislike my cue. I just find I'm able to play a little bit better with it. Okay, it's a little bit warm. Appreciate it, mate. It's not going to happen. You can't expect to clear the table in under a minute when you get no balls down on the break. So from now on, if I don't get a ball down, I'm just going to stop. In fact, why am I even pattern racking? Break. This is the one, boy. This is the one. again. Going again. Someone got their timer out. Oh dear. I just need that first ball, first two balls to be obvious. That was still going to be quick, but it wasn't going to be under a minute. Alright, come on now. Let's go. Otherwise, I'm just going to stay here all night until I do it. No, I'm not going to do it if I pop the white. I'm not going to attempt. If I pop the white, then I'll start again. Waste of time. The thing is, I did this the other day in 59 seconds, and that was in order. That was the reds, then the yellows, then the black. Come on. Fuck. Wasn't a bad split either. Maybe I should have given that one a go, maybe. Should stop swearing as well, although it's post watershed. Come on. This is pointless. Is it? Should have seen that and been like, don't even try it. Don't waste your energy. Alright, come on now. This is the type of thing which I will obsess with until I get it. Because I know I can do it. It's just doing it. 8 ball off the break, yeah, I'll get it right now. Oh, fuck me. What is that split? Alright, I'll tell you when it's the one. I'll tell you. After I've broke, I'll say, this is it. And then you know it's going to be in under a minute. Come on, let's go. Yeah, mate. No ball down, no chance. Alright, come on now. This time indeed. As long as the white doesn't go in. Pressing the reach, yeah. Tell me about it. Nothing down again. Oh my god, that's annoying. Completely throw me off. What was that? Anyone? I reckon that was about 1:03. It was quick, but I don't know if it was the one. Anyone? 52. 50. I'll take it. 52. Okay, I'll take it. See, I told you I could do it. Shame I couldn't do that the other day. Whew. Oh, that's sweaty as well. Let's try and beat 50. Let's try and beat 50. What do you reckon? And how many balls did I get off the break? I don't even think I got one off the break there. They were all like stop shots in the middle of the table for the first 5 shots. That's what helped. I think that was a dry break, so I can definitely go quicker. Let's try again. Just does not help when you get a dry break. We'll go yellows first. Maybe not. I should have carried on there, but it wouldn't have been under a minute. In fact, do I do a 6 red shootout instead? Just to mix it up. So I'm not running quite as long. I'm hearing loads of balls go down, so I'm going to carry on. Oh my god, how are you not getting this in under a minute? 6 balls on the break, man. Right. I think that was under a minute, but that should have been so much faster. How about 5 or 6 go down? $43 seconds. 42.2, 41. That should have been so much faster than that. That was slow as. Yeah. But has anyone ever had that fast with a foul break? Who knows? Who knows? Alright, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. I want to get sub 40, come on. That same break, please, and just the cue ball stays up. And that's sub 40. No, of course not. Oh, we'll just go again. This is not beating anything, and now my knee hurts. Ugh. Alright, we're giving up there because I'm absolutely exhausted. I'm sweating, but it's cardio, so it's fine. And I'm going to do a 6 red. Because apart from my knee hurting, I'm feeling fast tonight, so 6 red shootout. I'm not going to stop until I get under 20 seconds. Yeah, 100%. What's the 6 red record? I've seen about 11.5, something like that. My best is 13.7. Ultimate pulls record's like 15, I think. That's about to be beat. That was definitely sub 20. It wasn't sub 15, but it was sub 20. Anyone time that? Definitely wasn't 13. 18, feels like it was between 15 and 20. So I'll take that. It's a good start. It's all about the first red and the 6 red for me. So all I'm looking for is that red to pop out to there and for the cue ball to be where the red is, so I've got a shot to that middle. I should then have a shot to a red into that corner, but nice. Nice one, Mark. Appreciate it, mate. Alright, come on. Nope. Nope. Alright, go again. Problem with my 6 red shootout technique, you never really get a ball on the break, which can take out 5 seconds. If I can learn to get 1 or 2 on the break, it would be a sub 15 second. Not every time, but a lot of the time. And when it does that, the rack is just bad. But got to redo. Absolutely no point in going for a 6 red when they don't split up. This is going to be a good one. Got a feeling, as long as my knee doesn't buckle. This is currently hurting. Oh my god, fucking break. Alright, I'll rack backwards slightly just so they don't roll off. Can't get them touching. Can't get them touching. Can't get them touching. It's mental. Don't know what to do. Don't know what to do here. Kind of. Do I rack forwards back? No, that's not going to split. I mean, I doubt this one's going to split either, but give it a go. Yeah, this is half the battle with this table and a 6 red shootout. It's a new cloth, so it should be fine, but oh god, it's annoying. Right, if that doesn't split up, I'm giving up. Because it should split regardless of how hard you get it. How have you overcut that one? Jeez. Alright, I'm quitting the speed pull for a bit. Just gonna hot balls. Hopefully. No. Oh. Alright, is there anything you guys want to see? The cut break, the problem with the cut break on 6 red shootout, if you hit that second ball, the cue ball runs to the bottom cushion and you need the cue ball to stop dead from the break. Really, like I'll show you it, but to get a sub 20 second 6 red shootout, you need to be potting that first ball within 3 seconds. Like if I aim for the second red, if that's what you're saying, Mark, if I aim for that second red, you see how, oh, actually, that might actually not be a bad shout. Let's give it a go. It's just the cue ball doesn't stop dead, it runs by about 6 inches and takes about half a second to stop. Whereas I want to be on that first shot within the first second. give it another go. I'm going to try that front ball again. Fuck off. I'm not giving it another go, I give up. Oh, for the, alright. We'll give this one a go. So, I haven't got a golden 8 ball, but I do have a silver 8 ball. So we'll give that a go. Silver 8 ball into the corner. And the cue ball has to follow. Again, this, if you guys want to ever see, if you've never seen this before, if you see on the chat on TikTok, your Mark, well, I'm assuming that's Mark Boyle, but he's got Mark O'Boyle written on as his name. He is one of the best pool players in the world. So give his channel a follow on TikTok. He was lucky to beat me once, but you know. So this is his challenge. Basically, you've got to pop the ball into, you've got to pop the 8 ball into here, and the cue ball has to follow it in afterwards. I'll give it 3 goes. I'm not normally good at accuracy with top spin shots. Got it moving, which is most important. Fair enough. I thought you were Mark Boyle. There's me bigging you up as the world number 2 at the minute. Alright, let's go again. That's the one. Oh, 2 tries. Nice one, mate. For that shot, I mean, I did. Did indeed. Alright, let's go for a break and try a clear. Okay. Is it really 12:35 in the morning? Okay, I need to go to bed. Completely lost track of time there. I haven't done that in 2, no. Should have done a speed finish. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to talk you through an entire full table pattern. How's that? Alright. Reds, then yellows, then the black. Every single shot dictated before I even play the first shot. Ball 1. That red in there. Ball 2. Someone try and remember this. Ball 3. Ball 4. Ball 5. That one's number 5. Then I'm going ball 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, black. Wait, when did I say I was going to pop that? I didn't say when I was going to pop that, did I? What an idiot. I forgot that yellow was there. Wow. I didn't even point to that yellow, did I? Didn't point to it. So it's now going to be the last yellow. I'll do the exact order as if that yellow weren't there. Oh, it was all going so well. Oh, well. Threw me right off. I was like, looking at that, I was like, where did that come from? Did I miss that before? I swear. I do not remember pointing to that yellow when I was going to play it. So, let's go again. So we can do that again, actually. That'll be a fun one to do. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, black. Flawless. Middle pocket. Ah. Cool. Nope. Nope. That's bad. Alright, I'm going to bed. Cool. Alright, I'm going to go to bed, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Much appreciated. Be sure to hit that follow button if you haven't already, and that sub button on YouTube if you haven't already. And yeah, I will see you guys in a bit. Again, check out my Q. I'll give you a close-up of the Q actually. So for anyone who's interested in what my new Q looks like, I'll show you guys on TikTok first. So, and then I'll show the guys on YouTube. So again, this is by Go Custom, who are a custom Q brand from the Netherlands. You can find the link in my bio. Cheers, Kyle. Guys on TikTok, you first. So this is the Q. So as you can see, engraving on there, which is a nice touch. That's my logo. It's got black rings. It's got a Go Pulse medium tip. So that's quite a nice one. Obviously town chalk, standard. And that's the joint as well. So overall it's pretty nice Q. It's not scratched, just needs a wipe. But yeah, cool. Thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate it, and I will see you on the next one. Guys on YouTube, hang out for 1 second. I'll show you the cue. So again, the cue is by Go Custom. So this is the shaft. As you can see, Go England, or Go English Porky. That means this is the shaft. It is 8.5mm. Go Pulse medium tip. Can't really see it. I don't know why it's not focusing. Hang on. See if I can get good focus on it. Yeah. Anyway. So that's the tip. As for the cue, it's got my logo on there, which is a nice touch. And yeah, that's the joint. So cool. All right, thanks guys for watching, and I